All right, guys, we're back, and we got a fingerprint-laden Phantom Parfum box. So my apologies. This is Paco Rabanne's Phantom Parfum. While I'm getting it out of the box, I'll go ahead and read off those notes for you real fast. Cardamom, bergamot, rhubarb, and lemon in the opening. Then you get middle notes of lavender, cedarwood, and patchouli, and geranium, and follow that with base notes of vanilla, Tolu balsam, I don't know what Tolu is different, but it's there, and Haitian vetiver. All right, let's get this out of the box. There we go. If you don't know anything about the Phantom line, it's the one with the fancy little robot right there. Man, all right, once I get my hands out of the way, it kind of looks nice and cool. Look at that. Awesome. Now, the way we do it there's the liquid inside. You can see through the glass right there with a little Paco Rabanne symbol. All right, the way we do it on this channel is we spray on paper, then we spray on skin. I give you my interpretation of the paper presentation. That acts as kind of like an analog if you're gonna spray on your clothing, because typically it'll last longer but project less. Then I will also spray it on skin. I will note any differences. Typically, sometimes your sweeter fragrances come out a little tougher, harder. Sometimes the boozy notes do the same thing. They just basically evaporates quicker because your skin is 98.6 degrees, and the paper in this case is about 68, 70 degrees, the ambient temperature of the room, so those oils will dissipate differently. Now, as a practical matter, what does this mean for you? It means if you're a clothing sprayer or you want to wear this in the winter time when clothing is more just all over your body, it just kind of gives you an idea what to expect in those various situations. Once I do that, I will blip out of existence and I will blip back into existence after having worn this for a few days to give you a good interpretation of how the notes break down over time, if it's linear, more complex, longevity, projection, the things that kind of make a fragrance worthwhile beyond just, hey, here's what it smells like when I first sprayed it. So without further ado, let's get the first spray done. All right, there's the, oh, this atomizer is not awesome. Okay, it's pretty good. If you get aggressive, get the tip of it, and then it's a little better. All right, got two good sprays on there. My high-end backing is going to smell very nice for a while. Oh yeah, okay. I was kind of, Paco Rabanne, the #1 critique they get that I don't mind personally is they say it's like got that bubblegummy sweetness to it. And I know what that is. I know what that is. And this has that. This does have that bubblegummy sweetness in the opening. I just say it's that cardamom bergamot combo in particular that Paco Rabanne seems to just love doing. And to me, it smells great. It's got a little bit of lemon in the back that's not really hitting too hard on the paper. I'm getting primarily a lot of cardamom and a lot of bergamot. That cardamom's getting it kind of that dusty sweet smell along with it, which kind of interprets as like a dusty kind of like fresh chewing gum kind of thing, that sweetness, that bubblegummy kind of vibe to it. Totally valid critique if you don't like that smell. I personally do like it, so. But like if you think of like 1 Million has that same kind of like super sweet opening. It's the same kind of thing, but it's definitely got a lot of cardamom. It's got a lot of bergamot, and I'm getting a little bit of lemon in the background. Now the rhubarb, I'm not picking that up as a separate and distinct note outside just saying it's kind of sweet. I'm not getting any cedarwood. I'm definitely starting to notice lavender, so some of the aromatics are popping through. But yeah, that's really pleasant. It's very mass appealing, just a nice fragrance off the bat. I'm getting a little more of the fruits in there as time goes on. They're just more noticeable. But the big blast of cardamom is what I noticed right off the bat, and once that's kind of leveling off, you're getting more of the aromatics coming out. The geranium starting to be, is really lavender and geranium is what's coming off the top beyond the top notes that are listed somewhere around the screen. Okay, I think that's enough talking about that on paper. Let's do skin. Let's wipe off the robot's eyes and let's do skin. Pow, pow. All right, now that I got the hang of the bottle. I would say based on this opening, this to me does not feel like a summertime fragrance. It might be just a little bit too heavy, but for spring, fall, winter, all day long based on this opening. Letting it flash on my wrist. Sorry, you see me like doing this the old-fashioned way, just making airflow. Okay, I can definitely notice a lot more of the lemon and probably what is the rhubarb note that they mentioned in there. It's citrusy on top of the sweetness. The cardamom isn't quite so intense. On skin, it's less bubblegummy, more of the zesty, kind of citrusy vibe going on. Now there's still cardamom there, but it's kind of taking a back roll. So if you spray on skin, you might notice it being a little more heavy on the sweet citruses, and then the cardamom is kind of in the back, just kind of keeping the sweetness going. But yeah, that's awesome. And I'm not noticing the lavender right off the top, whereas when I sprayed on paper, I was kind of noticing the lavender pretty quickly. Now that being said, on skin, I expect to notice lavender within about probably 3 minutes. It'll probably come out because it tends to be what happens. Like those citrus notes really pop for a while and then they start to fade and then you get the aromatics kind of taking over. But yeah, holy cow, that's a very nice fragrance. It's very smooth, like distinctively smooth. Like almost on paper, it wasn't as smooth, but on skin, because it's got those citrus notes kind of cut into that bubblegumminess that I mentioned earlier, and the lavender kind of starts to slowly come out, it makes it just a very smooth overall presentation. Very masculine. I'm gonna say on the more youthful side, not shocking, it's shaped like a robot, guys, and it's Paco Rabanne. They tend to be a very youthful kind of fragrance house. But yeah, very nice, very pleasant. It's a, no one's going to be unhappy with it unless you just are that person who's like, I don't like the bubblegummy Paco Rabanne stuff. If that's the case, you can probably skip this if that's a critique that you tend to like hold on to. I don't like the bubblegumminess of it, but I can tell you, it's not sticking around on skin as much as it was on paper. Like I can still notice the paper being a lot more bubblegummy than my skin is already. So yeah, without further me yapping over and over and over again, the next part is I blip out of existence. The shirt probably changes, and I'll talk to you about what it smells like after wearing it for a few days. I can tell you already though, I do like it. I like it, even though it does have those bubblegummy notes on paper. It's just very pleasant, very clean. Again, on the youthful side. So if you're kind of like, if you got that youthful vibe too, you'll enjoy it. If you're looking for something like super mature and kind of dark, that's not what this is. This is not, despite it being a little black robot, it is not dark at all. It's a very youthful fragrance from what I'm getting so far. But I might update that when I come back. So be right back, guys. All right, guys, let's talk about Phantom Parfum. So, what can we say about this fragrance as far as the note breakdown? Let's go with note breakdown first, just because I think that's probably the cleanest thing to do. We'll talk about projection and longevity next. The note breakdown over time. So we mentioned in the opening that you saw, it's kind of bubblegummy sweet. That's not shocking. Paco Rabanne is notorious for that bubblegummy sweet kind of notion, especially in the beginning of their fragrances. But this one only lasts for about maybe 15-20 minutes where it projects and it's kind of bubblegummy and sweet, kind of syrupy, maybe even over sweet. I would not say this is cloying in any way. It's not like a sickeningly sweet, no headache inducement here. Because the aromatic, the lavender in particular, comes out really heavy after about 15 or so minutes, if not noticeable right off the bat. Once you get that, it gets a little more, I'm gonna say it transitions from being a overly sweet fragrance, not overly sweet, a sweeter side fragrance in what projects, to more of a subdued aromatic, still sweet, but not nearly as sweet as it is in the opening. And then you start noticing more of like the patchouli and the cedarwood come out, and really the vanilla comes out. The vanilla comes out, and to me it's a more of a dry, spicy kind of vanilla, which combined with that vetiver is what really is, maybe not spicy, let's call it a dry, crispy kind of vanilla notion. And but now by the time you get to that, where you notice the vetiver, it's not really pushing that much out there. Like you shake somebody's hand, they might notice, but you're not gonna, someone like 2 cubicles down will not notice you. But now as far as longevity, you'll get 8 hours. You do 4 or 5 sprays, you'll get 8 hours. You'll notice it on skin 8 hours later. I'd say project pretty safely for about 4, maybe 5, depending on temperature. Hotter temperatures is gonna fade quicker because it just evaporates faster. But for me, this is a very nice nighttime during the summer and spring, anytime during the fall and winter kind of fragrance. It's aromatic and vanilla. It's very pleasant. It's very, I'm going to say refreshing for that DNA. So like I say, refreshing winter and cooler weather kind of preference fragrance. So it's still refreshing, it's still sweet, but it's not like overly heavy on the vanillas. It's not a gourmand. It's not even, I would not even call this like a light gourmand with that vanilla in there. It's very much an aromatic with a vanilla in the backing and some woody notes in there between that vetiver and that cedar that kind of come in. Now that being said, if you are someone who likes Paco Rabanne just generally, this is safe. If you like Paco Rabanne and you've never smelled this before, you're probably safe to get this one. It's blind buy safe for you. If you're someone who's like 50-50 on Paco Rabanne, like sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't, maybe get a sample, get a tester, go to the store, put it on, and like, don't be shy, douse yourself with it just so you can understand the fragrance. But it's the only thing that's gonna push you away from this, in my opinion, is probably that opening 15 minutes. And if that's enough to get rid, to me, that's true of a wide variety of Paco Rabanne fragrances that tend to have that bubblegummy sweet opening. But other than that, I don't have much else to say. It's very pleasant. It's an easy, to me, this is an easy pickup. If you wanna know like the vibe, it's I'm gonna, how about this? It is college kid works at a big boy office. if that's what if you want like an age range and an occasion and how youthful it is, it's a college graduate working his first big boy job, and he's now 25. If that helps you. Now I'm almost 40. I'll wear the heck out of this. I like this, but if you want just like where it quintessentially and stereotypically kind of lines up as far as the vibe goes, that's what it is. It's 25-year-old kid going to his first job. It's 30-year-old going on date night with his wife. It's in that same kind of vein. So just keep that in mind. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. As always, I put a link to a reputable seller somewhere in the video. And thank you so much for your support.